Hey everyone, welcome to another webinar edition with an expert. Here we have Brittnay-Anne, and she's a brand blogger. Welcome, Brittany.
Hi.
So here with our webinar experts, the whole purpose of the webinar expert is so that we could kind of learn and get some tips and kind of know how they even got started, what made them get started. And as we're listening to their story of how they got into it, there's some things that we can kind of take away from every interview that we've done. So Brittany, if you could kind of tell us what it is that you do. Well, first of all, wait a minute before we get into that. And I keep doing this. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I want everyone to know, like, how did we meet? How did we come together?
Well, we both work at Metro. I believe I first saw She Was Made on Facebook. One of my friends sent it to me, and then I just looked into it. This was around last year when you had the summit last year, and I wasn't able to attend, so I just looked more into it. And then when I found out that you knew my supervisor, and then my supervisor kind of pushed me and was like, you need to go to an event, you need to meet Gail, you need to meet Gail. So I'm like, okay. Finally, I was able to attend an event, and then I met you there.
Awesome. So tell us, as a brand blogger, like, what is that? What do you do exactly?
Well, I'm still kind of small, so I consider myself a micro influencer. How I started off was I partnered with my sister in launching a Black-owned cosmetics line, and we used each other as the front of the cosmetics line, and I kind of got started from there, posting to Instagram and Facebook, running the Instagram and the Facebook page, and taking photos and posting them to pretty much market the product and sell the product. And that kind of just helped me grow into doing things on my own, as far as getting out more with natural hair companies and being able to market myself and brand myself.
So you just gave us, so this is what you do, and you also, this is what you do, but you also, this is how you got started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, question. You know what? For someone who may want to become a brand blogger, what are some things that they should? I mean, of course, you've made it this far. However, if you could do it all over again, what would be some different things that you would do, or what would be like some advice to give to someone that wants to start, that wants to be a brand blogger?
I would tell anyone who wants to start to be a brand blogger or work with brands, I would first suggest to know the brands you want to work with, have an idea of, what markets you want to work in. Mine is natural hair. It's more natural hair than it is beauty, because I've always been into natural hair. But I would always suggest that you know what brands you want to work with, know who you're targeting. So your main outlet will probably be social media. When you're on Instagram, look at your Instagram page more as a business and not just something for fun, because you have to have something. You have to attract these brands. You have to draw them to you so they want to send you product or want to use you and post you on their page to help market their product. So you kind of have to, I won't say sell yourself, but you have to have something to give them. And not only do you have to have something to give those brands, you have to have something to give the people who your followers. You have to have draw in a follower base that wants what you have or is looking to see what you have. I learned from a lot of different webinars and workshops that as either a brand ambassador, a micro influencer, a social influencer, that you have to solve a problem when you're posting. So if you want to work for these brands, you have to pretty much let them know, like, you have this great foundation. Women of color want to know what foundation works best for our skin. So your post will be based around that. And then those brands will know, like, okay, well, this is what she wants to do. This is the kind of stuff that we're looking for. And then it becomes easier. in the start, when I first did it, I've been trying to get into being a brand ambassador and influencer for almost 10 years now. And when I first got into it, I didn't know that. I didn't know what to do or how to go or who to talk to or what kind of post to do. I just knew that's what I wanted to do. And because I didn't know what I was doing or how to do it, I kind of got discouraged and I fell off, and I kind of got lost along the way. And I will say I did give up. I got scared because one thing, there will always be millions of other influencers. There's always going to be someone else in that same field as you, but you have to always remember what you want and what you want to do it for, and remember that your journey is specifically for you. You can't look at all the other influences around you. You just have to just work for yourself to get to a point where you're steady and you're able to do what you want to do.
Oh, wow. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in. No, I think, like you mentioned, you've been doing it for 10 years and you've just now recently reached a point where now you've got, and see, here's the thing, the investment, and what I mean by that is that you took time out to want to learn about, okay, how do I do this? So you went to events, attended webinars, you reached out to certain people, you learned about these things. And that's one of the things about, She Was Made. And, it's all about what we're learning. And as we're learning, we're growing, we're evolving, we're developing, but we're also applying that to us. So investing, the initial investment into you is priceless. It really is. Now, had you did that 10 years ago and started investing into those webinars, and you probably would have been, but because we lack the knowledge of, and I always tell people, like, you want to, in order for you to get to where you want to be, you have to make an investment into you first. And whenever you make an investment into you first, it's priceless. You can't put a price tag on there because what you're going to get back in return is going to be far more greater.
Exactly.
So when you do these, when you start blogging for these brands and things like that, what are so give us, if you could share like some tips that we can kind of take away for those, like pinpoint them, like be specific about these tips. Give us at least 3 tips that we can kind of walk away with, as far as like, wanting to, from wanting to be a brand blogger to where you are today, like where you are now.
I would say my number 1 tip is confidence. You have to have confidence, and whatever you do, you have to be confident. I said the other day, confidence has the same scent as fear. If you're not confident, people can tell. If you are shy, people can tell. One thing I learned, and I grew up saying I was shy, and I learned just last week, I went to church. I don't go to church as much as I used to, but I went to church a few weeks ago, and the pastor was up there, and he said he does not allow his children to be shy. He said that shyness is a lack of confidence. And that made a lot of sense to me because I've never been the type of person to just be open. Like, I've never actually walked up to somebody and introduced myself because I lack that confidence. And where I'm at now and being able to post even on Instagram, like sitting here doing this interview is like a boost of confidence for me because I wouldn't have done it. And so the number 1 thing I would say is have confidence, because confidence will get you a long way. When you are confident, people can see it on you. You feel great. It's just a different vibe. It's just a positive energy that comes with having confidence in yourself and having confidence in what you're doing and believing in what you're doing. The number 2 tip that I would give is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to post. Don't be afraid to share things, and nothing is ever too small, because I don't work with large brands. I don't work with many brands. I may not be the best YouTuber. I may not be at the top, but as long as I believe in what I'm doing, then I'm good, because I know things will come. I'm spiritually based, so I know that what I put out there, it will come to me in return, and I'll be good along the way, and those things will eventually come. Let's see, number 3, I would say having a good network, a good support system, because you always have to have, like, you need friends to gas you up. If I do something completely terrible, they'll let me know, but you need friends and family and just a positive network around you that will keep feeding positive energy into you, because there are some days where it's like, I don't want to post. Like, it's some days where I don't want to be on Instagram. I've had days where I want to completely delete social media, but I have people around me are like, keep going. People notice you. So just having a network around you, it doesn't have to necessarily be your family. It can be friends. You can build a network. Just having positive people around you, not being afraid to reach out to people and build that network that will keep you going and that will motivate you to do better and help you to reach a higher level. Because when you have that network, like, I look at a network as a connection of people that help each other grow. So if I'm growing, you're growing, and we gonna grow together.
Yeah. That was funny. Like, sometimes I be wanting to just delete my entire social media.
I'm so. There's days where I'm on Facebook, like, I'm done. I'm over it. It's time to go.
And you know what? I think it just comes with the territory. I too, not that I've gotten to the point, but I'm like, oh my gosh, you just, I mean, we're human. We get like that. Like, okay, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Let me just relax, because we're always at it. We're always working.
Mm-hmm.
And you look up and you like, man, did I even get to sit down and relax and take a break? So
exactly.
All right, that was some good pointers. Now, I'm a avid reader. I love books. Ever since I read my first book, I've been hooked ever since. I read self-help books, inspirational books, and I apply it to my life. And with anything that you do, anything that you learn, when you apply it to your life, you begin to see results. So do you have a book or two, one book or two books that you've read along your journey that kind of had some sort of a impact on your life that made you go, whoa, you know what I mean? Or made you want to look at life differently or do things differently?
I will share. This is something I've had to take. I'll take this back to my childhood. I'm dark skinned. It's no secret. I was bullied. I was picked on a lot. But what really helped me to build myself and build my confidence, one day I came home crying. I told my mom people were picking on me in school. I was being called ugly, all kinds of nasty things. And my mom gave me a book, and it's called The Skin I'm In. And it's by Sharon G. Flake. And I know this book from front to back because that's how many times I have read it. Even in my adult years, I'll go back and read it because it's the story about a dark-skinned girl who was going through the same thing. I believe she was in junior high at the time. Her name was Malika, and she was going through the same exact thing that I was. And the whole message of the book is to truly love yourself. No matter what people around you say, no matter how people feel about you, because we grow up in a world where everyone is cruel. The stigma of beauty is so high. And that's what I myself want to do as I continue to brand myself. I want to break down the stigma of beauty because what we see in magazines and on TV and on social media, it can be intimidating for us as people because we see something else from somebody. Somebody may have a better shape than us. Somebody may have better hair than us. And we want that. And you want these images of people, but you haven't fully learn to love yourself. So that is one book that I reference because that helped to get me where I am today and to feel beautiful in my own skin and how to love myself and appreciate myself for who I am and not envy what other people have. Like, I'm thin. I'm always be thin. So I don't look at Instagram and be like, oh, I want butt shots. It's I'm just completely comfortable how I am.
You know what? I wish that back in the day, And you're right. We do live in a cruel society. And even back then, you know, people look at me today and they like, oh my gosh, you know, she this, or whatever. And they say great things, amazing and incredible things about me. But I'm like, you have no idea. Like back in the day, my self-esteem was like,
Right.
yeah. You know, being half Korean and half Black. And you know, back in the 80s, we weren't as diverse and accepting as we are today. So back in the day, you talking about, you know, I completely understand where you're coming from, being called Chinese, choi yo yo. I mean, the whole nine. I mean, you talking about somebody that didn't, I mean, my self-esteem was so low, getting bullied. And it was just crazy. I mean, it's crazy. And even with it was the girls. It was the girls.
Yeah.
And as I look back, and when I look at why I do what I do, and I look back over my life and the experience that I've encountered with women, this is why I do it. And it's crazy because even back then they would look at me be like, oh, her hair is pretty, but I didn't feel like I had pretty hair. Or they're like, oh, you so pretty, but I didn't feel pretty. I'm like, I want her nose. I wish I had her nose because I got this nostril, you know, this big nose. I'm like, oh, I wish I had her nose. Or, oh, I wish I had her hair. You know, I'm telling you, America is cruel. And the more people that become a solution to that problem, the better. But yeah, we're more accepting today than anything. You know, you see dark skin, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. You see someone that's bronze or light skin or whatever. I mean, everybody is beautiful, from being yellow, pink, orange, brown, dark, white. I mean, you're beautiful no matter what. But yeah, I love that book. I wish it was a book. I wish my mother was able to get me a book and be like, here's a book, when I felt like, you know what I mean? But I don't know if there was a book, you know, based off of, you know, being half Asian and half Black and growing up and having to deal with that mess. But okay, so yeah, we've got a book. Any words of wisdom that you can share with us? I mean, you've been dropping some wisdom, but things you can think about.
Words of wisdom
that you can leave with us. I mean, but you know what, Brittany? I mean, you've been dropping some words of wisdom the whole entire interview. So if you can't think of any, it's all good, honey bun. It is all good.
Yeah, I just always remain positive because I've come a very long way as a person, as a woman, as my mother's daughter. I have come a long way because I wasn't always so confident. I wasn't always upbeat. Like, I've been through a lot of things, but one thing I can share with everyone is it's just all about positivity, prayer, meditation, whatever works for you. Just find time every day to do that because it keeps you at a nice even level. It's complete solitude. I do not stress out. I don't care what the situation may be. I do not stress out. I don't worry. It's not healthy. I'm just a completely calm person. Before, I would be at heights, levels everywhere, but I just knew I had to be, I'm too young to be stressed out, and life is too precious to always deal with stress. So that is a word of wisdom. Just always remain positive and just believe in yourself. And if you feel like no one else believes in you, but always believe in yourself, because no one is going to love you like you do. No one is going to appreciate you like you do. You're going to be your number one motivator. You are always your biggest fan. If nobody likes your pictures, if you feel like no one is reaching out to you, always just believe in it, because when you lose the faith, that's when you start to see things fade away. And I've been at that point in my life where I'm only 27 years old, and I can count how many times I've actually given up and wanted to start over, wanted to do something new because I felt like I couldn't do it. And now that I'm at the point where I'm at a healthier state and a more positive state, I understand that no matter how old I get, it's never too old. I'm never too old to want to try something new. I'm never too old to start over and start again. But as long as I keep my positive mindset and I believe in myself and I keep the faith and I stay grounded in the word and I continue praying, then I'm good. And I'll say that to everybody. As long as you, no matter what your religion is or what your belief is, as long as you keep the faith and you remain a positive attitude and believe in yourself, everything will be good.
Awesome, awesome. Now, before we leave you, Brittnay-Anne, before we leave, how can we find you?
I am on Instagram at _respectmyafro_. I am on Twitter. I cannot remember what is my Twitter name. I can't remember my Twitter name right now. I'm on YouTube by my name is Brittany-Anne Gray. I just started my YouTube, so I am on YouTube. And I am on Facebook at Brittbratt Gray.
Okay.
But my main is Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna leave all that information for you all, so you'll be able to reach out to Brittnay-Anne if you have any questions, if you would like to work with her, or if you would just want to know something that, or just work, do anything with her. But I'll leave all that information, a book she read, I'll leave that there as well. I want to thank you for joining in. If you're interested in being Thank you. If you're interested in being an expert on one of our webinars, email us, let us know. And until next time, continue to use what you have today to empower tomorrow. Bye.